Alright. Where is this dude? Begs me to stream all day damn long. And then when I finally do, he ain't here. Absolute freak behavior. But whatever. Pretty much just gonna go straight into... There he is. There he is. Okay, so where are we right now? We are starting with this. Right here, we're going back to this area. I forgot we did all this last night. We got all this done. The DO ending, K ending. That. Half of the login. What is the long string of numbers?
Yeah.
781-536-1098-83-809-4241990551.
What the hell?
That's alright, no worries. I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Wait, can you say that again?
781-536-1098-83-809-4241990551.
That's 198,449,300.
How do you know that off the top of your fucking head, Alice? What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351
I don't know what that is. I'll just trust that.
to the third power.
You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like if you have 30, then you get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
Nope. So you're saying that 198,449,351 is a prime? And if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get 781-536-1098-3809-4241990551?
Yes.
Don't tell me you just did all that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
Simple. What? No, no way. That's
I
impossible.
told you, I'm better at math than most people.
That's not better at
Look at
math.
You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too.
Frames! Already, mate! Jesus Christ. Already dropping frames like shit.
Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What'd I tell her? That it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Could you explain that with small words?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was... Quequagenmtionerax defamiavp.
And the second row?
Biolwixipsevzequicturtled. I think. And they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
I ran over what she'd said in my head. Prime number Alice had given me was 198449351. So what would we get if we picked out the letters like she'd explained? First letter would be C from the top left. Then you move on to the move 9 to the right, which would give you O. Then 8 more to the right. Eventually we'd get a word. And that word was It's not in here. I'm just gonna restart because I was not prepared for it to just shove a password screen on my face without any way to like look at it and figure it out ahead of time. Ugh, I can't figure it out.
Are you?
Hey, get off my back. If I don't know, I don't know.
What? Just forget it. I'll figure it out.
Stalked off. Wait. I went to follow her, but...
Stay where you are. I don't have any use for another brain-dead man.
Damn. Rude. Voice is unexpectedly furious and it stops me cold. Fixed me with an icy glare, then turned and stalked off. I stayed frozen where I was and watched her go. Technically an ending. Ooh. Okay, let's try that again, except actually, like, screenshot it and figure out the password ahead of time this time.
Can't tell me, huh? You use one... Well, the first number is 1.
Alice, could you
So
move
take
your
the
head?
first letter.
Okay, I'll fix it. I'm putting it in MS Paint and figuring it out myself. I know the first 2 lines repeat, I got that much. So I just like edited, I copy pasted that in MS Paint. Here, I'll throw it up on the screen. Why not?